must have thought last night I was taking a picture of you.
And the PDF records are still somewhere in your template document.
No, not anymore.
Oh,
Just reset everything, you're good. Now the screen is like blank.
That's okay.
Good
That's
sign
good.
or a
That's
bad
good.
sign?
Don't touch. Service. Okay, ish. Don't touch them.
Oh, yeah.
What's that? We got it. A little weird. It matches my eyes. Brings out the hue in that. Installing Windows, your PC will restart several times, 0% complete. Now there's the whole next process.
About that guy?
Oh, wow. That must look nice. Oh, yeah. That's what mine is right now. Top star, lights are on.
I'm sure you have a whole concept of what you want to do, but this is already ready for commercial.
This is what I want to do.
Just like that.
Yeah, really close. I have,
It's a flat main job.
So even though it's flat white, you get it in the sun, certain angles, it like sheen. If that makes sense, it gives you like a sheen like that.
Here's one day you gotta take me over there. This guy.
Where is that right now? I'm
I
gonna
saw
top.
the pictures.
The top got done. See how pretty the top is?
I saw all the stuff on
As
Facebook.
long as I put it on Facebook. I think it's really.
Of course, I put your Facebook link.
Guys, I'm gonna pass around a sheet of paper. Just go ahead and put your name on it for me so I know it's here.
Installing Windows.
Yeah, I didn't realize until I read it. So I made it.
I know. A lot of friends. I keep getting into these.
That about time?
Alright guys, pencils down. I want you to go ahead and take a 13-minute break. So
Very specific.
I want you guys to take 13 minutes, 7 o'clock on the dot, we're going to start again. If you want to keep working on problems because you're in the middle of one and it's really exciting, you're welcome to do that. But everybody else, try to get up and move around. It's a 2.5-hour class, so it's...
If anybody wants water, we got a whole bunch of bottled water down here for you guys. So if you would like a bottle of water, please help yourself.
You don't want to be the only one going?
Guys, your break doesn't look very breaky. Seriously, let your brains relax a little bit from math. And then we'll come back. And trust me, there'll be plenty of math today. You'll get your fill.
They all want to do that.
Huh?
They all want to do
I
that.
know. Well,
I could do my career just on that.
Anybody over here for bottled water? Anyone? Yes? Yes? Anybody else? No? No? That's good?
Stress all the years.
Ladies, water?
I like teaching. They're great, but after a while, you
It's pretty much just 2/5 of the top of So it's 2/5.
you got it.
What? No, everything's over here. This is the stuff you're doing now? This is what you want to do next. Oh, snacks you mean? I thought you meant the copies I made.
That's great.
That's not what you meant. So I got Cheez-Its, Goldfish, I got the fruit snacks, I got the little peanut butter crackers.
Cheez-Its? Yeah, you want some Cheez-Its? Yeah.
Yep, Cheez-Its, I got it.
Those are my weakness.
I got some pretzels. I got a whole bunch of Goldfish.
These are the original. Yeah. Yeah, these are my weakness. I can't buy them. I can overlap.
I'll remember not to pick them up so you don't eat them all. I just thought these would be good for everybody. Would you like something?
I'm good, but I can help you pass whatever out.
Does anybody need a snack? We have
I brought a
various
bunch of
assortment
snacks for everybody if
random
anybody wants any.
stuff. If you're like, hey, I wish I
I
had some
got
pretzels or crackers or
Goldfish,
or...
Cheez-Its, pretzels, fruit snacks, anything you want. Come on. Don't be shy.
Just don't make a mess. Make sure all trash goes away.
Welch's fruit snacks, Cheez-Its, pretzels,
Who wants rainbow goldfish?
peanut butter crackers. I think that covers the variety right there.
shopping spree.
I know.
Oh yeah, I want to make sure everybody's happy. More pretzels.
You got pretzels, you got goldfish, rainbow goldfish coming up.
Bam.
Fruit snacks.
Good choice. See, I got a little thing for everybody. I knew that way, you know.
Rainbow goldfish.
There we go. Anybody else?
Exactly.
Cheez-Its. Oh,
Cheez-Its.
Can't remember the last one.
Fruit snacks. See, that's why I grabbed the fruit
I want the
snacks.
whole pack.
The whole pack. Nice. Good choice. Anybody else for snacks? Last call. Snacks.
Well,
A lot of stuff. No? All right. We tried. This was good.
Good job, Lynn.
Hey, I gotta take care of everybody.
All right, 19 names, 19 bodies,
perfect.
matches.
And the good news is this will all be enough for tomorrow night too. And I got more waters in the car for tomorrow night. All I gotta do is remember to stop and get. I bought the coolers, but all I gotta do is remember to stop and get ice again. The mobile station right here sells ice. So it's 2 bags of ice per cooler, and that's it. It's like a whopping $12 for all the ice. And the water was $3.33 for 24 at Target. So it was like, it's just,
Everyone gets the water, everyone's happy.
yeah, I mean, the coolers cost me money, but that's only a one-time purchase. And the snacks, I bought all cheap stuff. I didn't buy anything crazy. Like $3 here, $4 there.
Andrew and I were talking about this last year. Food goes a long way for kids.
No, it really does. I mean, they make you happy. The kids realize, wow, they're throwing us free stuff, you know, and then they just get a little happier. And it really didn't cost me $50 to do all this. I mean, the coolers were an extra 40, but that's separate. I'm not even going to count that because we're going to keep those for home. You know? Now we got free, we got coolers for the house in case we go to the beach.
Coolers always come in handy.
Oh, yeah.
I had coolers.
You can't go wrong with coolers.
And then people want to borrow them. Always want to borrow them.
And they never come back.
They never come back. I had so many coolers that never came back.
These are big life decisions here.
Yeah, I want the peanut butter cookies. Or crackers.
I'm feeling a little cheesy, honestly.
How do you not go with the peanut butter crackers? Come on.
Did I ever tell you at university school in the yearbook, I got voted?
Here's a garbage can.
Very proud.
Like, you were at university school?
Yeah, I taught geometry honors there.
Oh. Did you hate that school?
I didn't stay. When the end of the year came and I had to sort of let them know, I just didn't want to be around because there's, I mean, a lot of great inflation,
That was my
entitlement.
That was my problem. When you taught the SAT classes there, that was the worst fundamentals course I taught out of any school. I remember coming home and having fights with Sarah because I was like, I'm not going back to these kids' university school. I just refused. I was like, I'm never going to teach another class there. And I would go in and I would sit there and spend, it was a whopping 2-hour class or something like that. So I would do an hour, take a break, and do an hour. And by the time I got to that break, I wanted to leave. I'm like, I'm not doing my stuff because there was nothing but getting me back in line the whole time just to squeeze in like 5 minutes of information.
Well, I did my first year at Boyd Anderson, which was another adventure. Then I got hired at university school, and I expected the skills that the kids bring to the table to be way different at university school. They really weren't. They were so different, you know? So, you know, then you find the lay of the land. It's like a lot of kids who are trying to get into American Heritage and Congress and all that, they can't. University school has the doors wide open. So.
That's a shame they do that. Jason still upset. I picked him up from school. I went to the doctor first. And he had I was like, upstairs. I got in the room. Black on his face. Not face was black, but like leftover black. Sweat or whatever outside, and I felt bad. The baby wiped it all off. She wouldn't wipe it off, so it was like around. And then like down, like in here it was black. And up here it was white, but it wasn't black. That's why I had to do it. And he came out crying from I didn't know how to fix it. I had to take him home and wash his face. I told Sasha, please make sure these kids get like they were, oh my
I've had my fair
Yeah, they're not gonna go through.
all the signs.
My kids are at soccer right now.
We did a lot of labs.
The 3-year-old plays up with the 4 and 5-year-old.
Nice. Good job, Dad.
My 5-year-old, you got a 4th.
Suck on her.
I did for a short period of time. Jonathan was not winning. So,
We did one karate place that was like, Park. You guys go to Park It's a big chain. But anyway, the first year they make it very affordable and they're really awesome. And once you've been there for 1 year, they find all these ways to like essentially double up. They said, oh well, now that you're in the VIP level, you're gonna need this and that and whatever, and it becomes like $250 a month per kid, or $300.
which one are you doing, honey?
They make a lot of money doing that.
Oh, this is the one we're doing. Are you? And you're about to go over every problem in here? You don't do every problem? This would be great for the other students. Oh, I didn't know you jacked it. I just thought you poured out your bag. I'm impressed. You know I liked you.
And Wednesday, I still here like all day. Yeah, from like 9:30 to like 5. See, I did that for the first time. Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun
I did it because then you're good at the test, you need a username.
and colored goldfish. How are the snacks, by the way, guys? Good.
Yeah.
So, where are we at? Talk to me. Raise your hand if you want another couple minutes to sort of go through, okay? Yeah? Okay. So I'm going to go through all the problems, so don't stress and get stuck on one. But I will give you just another like 5 minutes to work through some stuff. And even if you just start some of the problems, and we're going to, like I said, we're going to go over all of them. But raise your hand if you're done. Okay, stop. Oh, you're done?
Yep. You do need that.
Okay. Well, you can
I forget all the rules. Like, I don't know.
Well, once you get it working.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, going fast. Look
It
at that.
should've
I
gone.
want you to move fast.
Download.
No, now I'm expected to do better because I have a calculator.
You can just look at your draw.
It's like I could
But you can't show the problem. Maybe it's on the board like that.
Well, it's like my I cannot.
Yeah. So like 9 over 26.
You got it all done?
And then it said, what fraction of its minus. Yeah, this one I got. That's.
Is this gonna be recording the whole time? Yeah.
You're telling me it's easy. It's good.
What's that?
You're telling me that I'm
In the beginning, that's the way it is.
You gotta lay the foundation. I understand.
Hope you're okay with your dinner tonight.
Yeah, that was exactly the healthy stuff we were talking about.
Lots of carbs.
Oh, wait, it was for the next part. You know what, you are, you're right, because summer classes are not looking good for some people. Focus, man, I want to stop.
It's the same thing you did before, right?
This is what I would have done on this thing earlier when we set it up, and it should have just went fine, but it seemed like I wanted her email password, not him. But it got the little digital thing with the buttons to hit.
Yeah, what is it? It was a bit too from the beginning. It's like the version of Siri.
What's her name? Cortana.
While you, I'm gonna start.
Yeah, just get going.
All right,
And
guys.
they'll be great if not.
Time is up.
Videos been going?
So,
Videos the whole time.
yesterday, Holly went out and bought Microsoft the Surface Pro so that I could be all technology here, right on problems, and now it froze and made up a password, so we can't, so we had to reboot it. Anyway, whiteboard. Let's see if we can see what I'm doing. You guys over here may, if you have issues, let me know, we'll readjust, it should be okay. All right, so where's my attendance sheet actually?
Yeah, move it over to the
Now,
whiteboard.
you got my attendance sheet over there?
Yep.
And it's me. Please. I'm gonna call on people so you guys can read, so you feel like you're like part of the process, right? So let's start with Miranda. Can you read number 1 for me?
is an even number, which of the following must be odd?
Okay, so a couple things. First, who has paper with them? Brought paper for notes. If not, write on the back of your packet. There's a few key strategies that I'm going to teach you, and it's important to write them down. It's important to take note of what those strategies are. That doesn't mean that if I teach you a strategy on problem number 1, that it's a strategy you necessarily need on problem number 1, but it's a strategy that I'm going to teach you that may be applicable to problems number 18 or 19 or 20. Basically, when you start getting towards the end of the section, to the harder questions. So it's really important that you guys open up your mind and allow yourselves to learn these important strategies on simple problems so that you can use them on harder problems. Does that make sense? So by teaching you a strategy, I am in no way teaching you that you can't do this algebraically or that you don't have the capabilities. I ultimately want to give you a bunch of tools that you're going to use. Strategies are one of them, okay? But strategies are one of the easiest ways to get through a lot of these really tricky problems. So, first strategy, write this down. Make up numbers. Make up numbers. So, making up numbers, and here's when you do it. You're going to make up numbers when you have variables in the answer choices, or you're dealing with comparisons, fractions, probabilities with no starting value. So first is when you have variables in the answer choice. Secondly is when you have no starting values and you're dealing with comparisons. Like I have twice as many red marbles as blue marbles, those scenarios. What is the probability if I have whatever made up number? Basically, if you ask yourself the question, is there any way I could ever actually know what this number has to be or the quantity that has to be there? If the answer to that is no, then you're probably going to make up numbers. Okay? Now, a little information on making up numbers. When you make up numbers, you should use the number 1. Now, the reason for that is not that it doesn't work. Making up 1 is perfectly acceptable, assuming it's not in this case, which says it has to be even. But when you use the number 1, what'll happen is a lot of times when you plug in the number 1, what we're going to do is we're going to make up a number, solve the problem with that number, and plug it back in. Well, if you use 1, if you multiply by 1, if you divide by 1, if you raise to the power of 1, it's all the same thing. So you're not eliminating answer choices, which is what our objective here is when we make up numbers, is to eliminate the answer choices that couldn't possibly be right. Okay, the next thing I want you guys to write down with making up numbers is that you have to test all of the answer choices, okay? That'll be a little more clear once we get going. But you have to make sure that you're testing all the answer choices. And the reason for that is just what I said. Sometimes when you make up certain numbers for whatever reason, if you're squaring 2 or multiplying 2 by 2, for example, you're going to get the same answer. So we have to eliminate the chance that we accidentally picked a number that works in 2 of our answer choices. Okay, so here's how it works. N is an even number. So give me a number for n. 2. So, although 8, again, is not wrong, I personally don't like to do math in my head, so I try to keep my numbers very low so that it's simple. But if you want to go with 8, I say, hey, rock the 8, that's fine. Okay, so it says, if n is an even number, which of the following must be odd? So, which of the following must be odd? So now all we have to do is we're going to go in and we're going to plug them in. So we're going to say 3 times 2 over 2 equals 3. So that worked, that's odd. Can we move on? Good guess. Why? You are learning things already. I like this guy. Okay, so yes, exactly. Because we have to test multiple, because we're making up numbers, we have to test all the answer choices, right? So then if we go into B, B would be 2 times 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1 times 2 equals 2. So that's good. That's not odd. So B is out. C would be 2 times 2 plus 1. So that would be 2 times 3. It's going to be 6. So that is even. So that's still in. So this is the problem we talked about, right? We used a number, and we got 2 answer choices that work. If we go into D, D gives us 2. And if we go into E, E gives us. Oh, we're looking for things that are 5. Right? Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so it's out. Just kidding. But I forgot what I was doing for a second. What I was looking for. That's why it's important. So 5. So now, what do we have? We have A gave us an odd number. and answer choice E gave us an odd number. So when that happens, what do? You want to go back in, you make up another number, and then you just test the answer choices that work. So you don't have to test them all again. If you prove it wrong once, it's wrong. But if it's right, it has to be right always for it to be true. Okay, so give me another number for N. 4. Okay. So we put in N equals 4. Well, if we plug that in here, what happens? We get 6, right? We're looking for something that's odd, so that's out. So by default, we know that's going to work, which makes sense, obviously, if you know the properties of numbers. You know that 2 times any number is even, plus 1 is going to obviously give you an odd. Any questions on that? Good. I have faith in you that you would all know how to do that. Okay. Annoying. See my circus? I would just click a little button and be gone.
I'm getting there. Give me a minute. I almost got it.
Racing button. Okay. Number 2. This is going to go down in the notes too. Wait, first let's have someone read it. That's fun. Let's go with Hunter. Can you read number 2 for me?
Over x over 4 plus 10 equals x over 8 plus 15, then x is equal to.
Okay, so here is strategy number 2. Plug in the answer choices. Also called back solving. Plug in the answer choices. Okay, so plugging in the answer choices is going to happen whenever you're looking for the value of a single variable. You're looking for the value of a single variable. Okay? Now, if your algebra skills are strong, that's fantastic, but it's important to note that the PSAT is a time test, right? You guys know that. So one of the most difficult things that students encounter on this test is how to not just get the questions right, because most of you are smart enough to get most of these right given enough time, but how to do it quickly. So you need to always be analyzing. Yes, are you an algebra whiz? Can you fly through this and get it? Yeah, is it going to take you, are you flying, or is it going to take you like 20, 30 seconds? If you plug in the answer choices, is that going to take you more time or less time? And is it going to make sure that it's accurate? Our objectives on the PSAT, number 1, accuracy. Number 2, time, okay? So don't forego, accuracy just to do it quickly, but at the same time, make sure that you remember that doing it quickly is important. So the way that this works, actually, Alex, you want to write this down?
Yep.
Okay, so what we're going to do, whenever, and also write this note down, guys, whenever you're plugging in the answers, always start in the middle somewhere.